Hey, it's Andre. It's time for another Friday flying update. Winter's here. Hey cat, woohoo! Kitty cat. Yahoo! That's right, I think you're going to be seeing some more indoor flying, quad flying, things on floats, and things on skis, and just a whole other ram of just a lot of different flying coming up, because the weather hit Sunday when I did the big drop video. There was absolutely no snow, and then boom, this weekend's snow looks pretty chunky, pretty ugly, pretty messy. So I'm going to be suiting up as many aircraft as possible incrementally, because we could lose snow into December and then regain it back in the later on a bit of time. So it's all a little bit of, maximizing the aircraft I have and getting them working. Last weekend was absolutely phenomenal. Flew, attempted to fly the Sky Hunter, ditched that in the ground. I've ordered some tape. I got a ton of really awesome recommendations from friends and comments on the YouTube channel. So I've ordered some grip tape. Thank you, Scott. I thought about there was one suggestion about doing some plastic dip, but I had questions about its effect on the foam. So tape it is. That's coming in. Amazon is swamped and everything is really slow, so that'll come in when it comes, and then that aircraft will get up and fly. I changed out the props. I do have like another set of props. I will order some, but I took a little prop washer and I jacked the motors so I have a little bit more of an up angle. So lots of testing. I was considering putting on some floats and some landing gear on that airplane, but I think I'll leave it as is. And then I did a really quick flight with the FT Racer, and then Sunday was the fun day. We got out, and the guys in the field were super awesome about spotting for me when I was doing the drops with the big EC-1500, and I was flying that plane as hard as I could. You'll hear in the video I kept going on about the steering servo. So that's now a Metal Gear servo, but obviously it's not giving me enough left turn, so I'm going to put on a longer arm. I'm going to extend the arm and just give that thing as much range as possible. When I was running it on an FR Sky, I had the additional channel on the receiver, so I could actually run it independently of the elevator, or give it more throws. Sorry, the rudder. But right now I'm still running on the Spectrum system, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'll give that a little bit more authority. I think these are actually the skis for my Durafly Tundra, the floats, and I think I want to try the EC-1500 on the stock skis that come with it, because the system's impressive, but I have a feeling the aircraft is heavy enough that a set of floats will work for it better and absorb, bring the ground, the traffic and everything. Only downsides, because I don't have differential steering, I'm completely relying on the rudder for any kind of directional input. So we'll see, a little bit of testing. Obviously in my hands, this is the old Hobby King Skipper. This is going to come out this weekend. I've had this aircraft forever, and I think it's going to be pretty darn good. And then I'm still playing and having a whole lot of fun with the Defiant Renegade. I know I keep going on about this aircraft, but I'm really happy with its overall performance. And I was having ESC issues again. I isolated that. I think the back is just not keeping up with everything I'm throwing at it. So I threw a separate UBAC into it, and that seemed to go good. The upgraded hardware, I've got some 20 amp ESCs ordered for it, and the upgraded system will include a UBAC and 20 amp ESC, so it'll be a little better than it is now. I'm going to try some 4-inch props and go in and try a variety of batteries as well. And we're just going to keep having fun with this aircraft. Again, I've got an FPV system ordered, but everything coming out of Banggood and everything, even out of the US, is really slow and odd. Quad yeah, it was really awesome to wake this guy up again. This is my old Inductress Plus. Really awesome to wake this guy up and bind him with the DX9 and just go flying around. And as you saw from the footage from the opening sequence, it's a lot of fun. And you fly through. The little Inductress was always a little better at getting through the rungs on all the furniture and everything upstairs, all the banisters. But this guy is reliable. You get that extra flight time, and that camera's really good. And then I am looking forward to this thing. This is I put the box away, unfortunately. The Sinai, the Gep RC Sinai HD 79-inch frame. Captain Drone passed this to me after he had smacked something pretty aggressively when it broke up the frame. So I bought a $10 frame, rebuilt it, and then proceeded to make the most rookie mistake I'd ever made. Flashed it in Betaflight and completely blew away all my settings, lost everything I needed to make it work, and so I had to go back and rebuild it, and it kept ticking off and tipping over, and in the OSD it was giving me like runaway error, and I'm like, what's that mean? The long story short, I had to go in and tell the system that the props were spinning. The motors were spinning in the right direction, but I had to go tell them that it reversed direction, and after that it hovered. Now what I really like about this little drone is the fact that it will actually run on a variety of batteries. So I've actually run in an extra strap, and it will work with my two S500s with a little lead adapter, JST to XT30, and it will run from a 2S500 all the way up to my 3S800s. So, and I have a range, so I've got 2S500s, 3S500s, 3S high voltage 3S300s, and then obviously the 3S800s. Whew. And so it's a wide envelope, means I can charge up a whack of batteries and go fly. And there's the Think, the Think version is the HD, but this has got the little turtle recorder, and it records audio, the CAT-X FPV, so it's got an onboard recording system and does sound, as I said in the last update. Just super happy to have it ready to go, and I can do a little quad flying this winter as well. I mean, I haven't done that in ages, and like I said, with the little guy, it was really good to refresh. I'm in like stabilized mode. I'm not doing anything fancy. Don't expect to see acro and stunts and all that. But as I get comfortable and warmed up, so maybe 2021, I'll invest in a half decent revised quad. So, like I said, and get everything woken up and ready for winter flying. Going to slap some skis on at least half the winter fleet and go from there and figure out what I can start establishing and just take my time getting into the winter. As the snow comes, because it will come, I will start breaking out all the winter gear, and I'll probably do a whole video devoted to how I survived the winter flying, because everybody was really pointing out that how cold it seemed, and I'm like, what? No, we're just getting started here. That was like -5. Wait till we're into the -30s and stuff like that, and when your batteries aren't floating away or aren't providing enough voltage. So, and like the weekend, I didn't record it, but I flew the Flex Innovation Mamba. And I thought about doing a pack or two, and after a pack, my fingers were so jittery that like the switches, throwing the switches and everything, and I was flying it, and the plane was like jumping all over the place because you lose that manual dexterity, that fluidness. So it's as you'll see in the video when I do produce it, I will talk about just managing your expectations of your flight and everything. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this Friday flying update. Thank you for all the new subscribers who have joined the channel recently. I really appreciate that. And everybody who have had their Thanksgiving weekend in the US, hope you've had a really nice weekend. Hope you continue to have an awesome weekend. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Around. Oh man, I'm gonna like fly into everything right the moment I'm recording. Bump everything in the fleet. Just bump all the airplanes. Oh, it's so messy. Oh man. Come back here. Alright, stable flight. Stable flight. Woo, podcast mic turn. Oh man, I'm like flying like terrible. Hey, cat! Woohoo! Kitty cat. Yahoo!
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Just really good flying there, Russo. Oh well.